Growing up, I've only played the best Disney video games, so I was shocked to see that there were so many low-rated ones. Let's play the worst Disney games and test if they're really a horrible disgrace to the good name of Disney, like Darth Julian says. And because I love this company so much, I'm gonna write positive reviews for each game. "2002, huh? So we're gonna do normal. I'm a kid at heart, but my driver's license says otherwise." I started my playthrough immediately hooked by the charming early 2000s graphics. Some holographic effects coming from this mirror, looking like a Yu-Gi-Oh card. Oh, this is trippy. Now's a good time to note that I'm emulating all these games, so my visual experience might be different than the reviewers. Moving around with the analog stick, controls seem to be fine. Point and click, they said. Alright. Door number 1. So you play as Mickey Mouse exploring this magical world and solving puzzles to escape being trapped in this mirror. This is kind of scary though, right? This ghost thing? Oh, you could check your inventory. It's a door key. Goes in door. Door unlocks. Fragment of a mirror. Look, his life shattered into pieces, just like mine. Stars allow Mickey to do tricks. What does that even mean? Completing these tricks is important in advancing the story. The results range from items to collect to playing fun mini games. Thankfully, there's a bunch of stars scattered throughout the world. I really don't think this game's bad so far, but let's see what the reviews have to say. IGN starts off the roast by saying, "Magical Mirror is cumbersome and tedious, even to children. Definitely rent first and see how your child reacts. Only if they beg and plead to keep it will you know it's a worthwhile investment." I don't know who rated this, by the way. I'm just giving any random reviewer's tone. That last statement, couldn't you say that about any game? By the way, all the games in this video are directed towards children, so let's keep an open mind while reviewing them. Or you could be like GameSpot, who says, "The incredibly slow pacing and monotonous puzzles will override the Disney entertainment for the young as well." Alright, it's a slow, repetitive point and click, we get that, but it can't be the worst GameCube. Oh, wait. GameCube Europe says, "It is without doubt the worst thing on the Cube." The Cube? Alright. The graphics, gameplay, sound, and lifespan are all extremely poor, and I still can't believe two of the most respected companies in the business have put their names on it. Laughable. Alright, well that's only for the GameCube. There are other consoles. Wait, hold on, NetJack is chiming in here. "Is my vote for the worst game ever, and I'm sure anyone else who plays it will agree with me, especially the 1992 point-and-click type of gaming." Yo, what's the problem with point-and-click gaming? Sometimes you need a break from all the synapses going off, all the crazy sweat gameplay. Look at this. So much for just point and click, huh? Monotonous gameplay. Look at this, we got a whole sword coming for us. No, there is nothing wrong with the soundtrack either. I'll be getting down to this. Even with the slow gameplay, my curiosity for each interaction kept me engaged. Yo, it's like in WWE when you're getting the briefcase at the top. It's a ladder match. Reach, reach, reach. And who knew Magic Mirror teaches real-world skills? There you go. We got, what is this? A coin? Yeah, inspect that. Coin into the bank. They're teaching you how to save. Investing 101. My favorite part of playing was easily the mini games. What? It's a shooter now? All right, Star Fox. What? Hey, do a barrel roll. Do a barrel roll. Oh, it's Andros. It's a rhythm game. Perfect, she said. Let's be honest, I'm gonna be reviewing some pretty awful games soon, so to balance my media diet, I have a bonus challenge to complete. There's this Disney movie that's making its return to theaters after 25 years. I'm sure you've heard of it. The problem is, I was an infant when I first saw the original Star Wars movies. So after each playthrough of these next games, I'll also rewatch one of the episodes. That way I can march into theaters like a true fan. Back to the mission though, as much as I enjoy point-and-click adventures, I'm more of a skateboarding girl. This game has you skating through a bunch of Disney-themed environments, completing tricks and challenges with iconic characters from Disney movies. I started with training to get familiar with the mechanics. Okay. Oh, that's disorienting. Controls were confusing to pick up at first, so I spent a good 10 minutes busting my butt. How the hell do you push in this game? Oh! This is cool as hell. Yeah! But landing tricks in the game was a high that I had to keep chasing. Okay, I want to do one more. And then I'll go into the actual game modes. But this is really fun so far. All right. One more time. First impressions, very addicting. I played that training mode at least 4 times when I was only supposed to play maybe twice. It definitely gives the vibes of baby's first skateboarding game. There's a good amount of leniency when it comes to grinding, for example. As long as you just input the button near something grindable, it'll do the action, which I appreciate. Is it realistic? Probably not, but it's a Disney skateboarding game. So what are we trying to get here? It's supposed to be fun more than anything. We did just the practice mode, so I'm not sure exactly how the rest of this game will play out. But before we dive into that, let's look at some reviews. First, we have Nintendojo, who says, "The controls are buggy, the graphics are choppy, the sound is average, and the voices will make you crawl up a wall in fear of your life." This review had the usual bashing, but now the voices has me curious. Speaking of controls, Total Games says, "The fact that the game is so difficult is purely down to the excruciating, painful controls." I played maybe 30 minutes of this game so far, and I'm already landing pretty decent lines. So I don't think it's the controls that's an issue, it's maybe a skill problem. GameSpot absolutely bashed this game, saying, "Disney Sports Skateboarding serves no purpose in this world, save to exemplify and showcase everything that can feasibly go wrong with a skateboarding game. Momentum is not an issue in any way, as you can skid up hills or staircases without slowing down at all. It's a children's skateboarding game." I think IGN had a fun time reviewing this one. "Konami's Disney Sports Skateboarding is a real stinking pile. I have very few positive things to say about it other than that the control scheme is so basic that young players can learn it. Otherwise, overly complex levels dance with some of the worst 3D technology, a horrible camera and frame rate, purely eye-ruining graphics, and some of the most annoying audio in a video game to date. Only recommended as a form of torture to prison inmates." If you wanted to use torture for prison inmates, would I suggest Magical Mirror? That game is a lot worse than this one. I have to play the other game modes to write my full review, but so far I highly disagree with the critics. First up was the appropriately named challenge mode. For this, you had to destroy obstacles, pick up crystals. Ooh, this is sick. Oh, what the hell? There's like cars too? That was so difficult. In order to move on to other stages, I had to clear this first one, which was basically impossible for me to do. No, but that entire time I was immersed in the gameplay, there is nothing wrong with it whatsoever. It plays like any other skateboarding game. I don't see how this could be the worst. Speaking of immersion, this mode really hooked me. Again, I was locked in trying to bust out gnarly tricks on this half pipe. That has to be 80s. I only ate crap once. 40? How? So yeah, Trick Championship was extremely competitive, and I started using other characters to help boost my score. This character is like riding a bike with all the training wheels. Super stable. I really didn't notice anything out of the ordinary for the voices, but here, take a listen.
Your eyes peeled for my pretty nose bone. Now we have a 720 kick. Did you just see that? Ooh, and he throws in a pre-nose bone. Ready for another drink. To mute grab. Whoa!
So, training and free ride, Weenie Hut Jr., Salty Splatoon, Challenge Mode, Trick Championship. There is Time Attack, which is a lot like the challenge mode with more focus on collecting gems. Yeah, I still couldn't make it past first level, even at the end of testing, but I could only blame myself for not having the skills. I wrapped up the day with Star Wars Episode 4. It gave me hope that these next games won't be as trash. I'm kind of embarrassed to confess how excited I am to play this game. For this game, you're playing as Miley/Hannah as you face the challenges that come with balancing both her worlds. The tutorial mode gets you settled with Hannah's side, which is basically a- Oh! Ooh! I love rhythm games. For anyone who plays Fortnite Festival, you'll understand how this goes. I really embodied this Hannah gameplay. Okay.
Okay, Miley, let's see you try.
My name's not Miley, it's Hannah. And now that I know the context, the hoedown throwdown goes hard. But you know what hits harder? These reviews. Let's start with Meg. One of the worst games ever. Hannah Montana the movie is a terrible game. Please, the movie is very regular, and do a game need to be a joke. Horrible graphics, terrible controls. This game is awful. I'm not even sure if they're a Hannah Montana fan because they said the movie was very regular, but it's clear that they were let down. This next review had me confused at first because it comes from Sci-Fi Dude 1456, and that seems out of the target audience for this game. But he goes on to say, worst game on the Wii ever. My little sister played this game and said loudly, I hate this game. So I took a look at the game to find the reason why my little sis hates it. I totally agree with her hating it. The horrible graphics, tedious gameplay, and dumb mini games make this game. You know it's a problem when siblings can come to the same agreement. And before we move on to more constructive reviews, can we just talk about Caputis, who says, the game would be much better if you could beat up the audience. Lots of dots. Sad face. Caputis, I think you're in the wrong aisle of games. I think you need to try wrestling. We have some redemption in this next review from Console Monster, who says, Hannah Montana the movie isn't a total flop. There are some good points to the game, such as the array of songs, fairground games, and the gorgeous Miley Cyrus. Hold on. Gorgeous Miley Cyrus. How old was Miley Cyrus in Hannah Montana movie? 16 years old. Yeah, we're not continuing with that review. Moving on to IGN, they say, even if you're a young girl that adores Hannah Montana, or you're a parent looking for a good gift, do not purchase Hannah Montana the movie. It's a cheap, awkward, embarrassing attempt to cash in on the hype of the movie without adhering to any of the standards of modern rhythm/music games.
What?
Alright, everything that could possibly go wrong in a movie-game crossover did in the reviewer's eyes, but I'll be the real judge of that. Just like in the movie, you start off performing as Hannah, and I was excited to see every young girl's favorite feature. You can customize her. You got the whole Sims game in here with this customization. Then we get to Miley's hometown, where you get to play as her. Oh, whoa, jump scare. Not the grandma? Like a horror game in disguise. Why does Miley look like that? They did her so dirty. The controls just moving around with the arrow buttons and then point and clicking. Not hard whatsoever. Where's Travis at? Hold on, these graphics are bad? I'm pretty impressed right now. Alright, this is quality graphics. Ready? I could go up to the mirror. Bam, they have my reflection. Distorted and everything. Because of the slow pacing, this game makes you appreciate the slow life in Tennessee. I see what they were doing there. The minigames were far from dumb. I found them quite stimulating to play. Oh my gosh. I'm kind of good at this. This is exactly like Club Penguin's, what is it called? Puffle Corral? The Miley Quest provided a lot of cozy fun as well. Now I'll head over to the farm and give them to Travis. This is the type of game I love to play.
Hey, Miley, you got the window.
I did get the windows. Are you gonna hang my curtains now? Freaking baby reindeer. There was this one guy who basically stalked me the entire playthrough. At first I found it wholesome. Aw, isn't this the same guy I saw from the market? But it got creepy quick. Who is that? He keeps following me. Yo, this man's in the back. He has got to go. And the customization options improved the further I got in the game. Yeah, buddy. Air hockey all the way. This one is cute. I love it. No, I genuinely love that dress. Hold on. There is nothing that'll bring out my inner tween girl more than jamming out to classic Hannah Montana hits. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has those days. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. Everybody gets that way. Yeah. Nobody's perfect. Oh shoot. And then again till I get it right. I of course did another Star Wars watch party since there was no try. As I watched episode 5, I had a bad feeling about this final game. Fantasia is a platforming side-scroller where you play as Mario, I mean Mickey Mouse, and you're trying to save Peach, I mean a composer? My first moments with the game were not fun to say the least. Oh! Ow. I don't know where the platforms are versus the ground. Oh no, everything's the same tan color. This is literally probably the hardest game I've ever played. This game is good because if you have to choose between playing this and going outside, you get more exercise. The only way to get past enemies are by jumping on them. Look at this. There are 3 enemies here. What do I do? Oh, it's not even like Mario where you could squish your enemies by landing on top of them. You'll still take damage. That seems very unfair. Or by using spells. Okay, I have my spells. I have this. Oh my gosh. I ran out of my spells. Well, that sucks. But you only get 3 of them at the start. This is gonna be a very short review. The hitbox in this game is pretty rage-inducing.
Finish him!
Got a blast!
What did I touch there? Was it the broom? So my playthrough was pretty much me trying to beat this first level while staying sane. Dropping. Yes. Yes. No. No. Take me back to Hannah Montana. Just to give you some context, my reviews for the other video games have taken me several hours. This has been 17 minutes of gameplay and I'm already tapping out. After some experimenting, I finally figured out how to play. I'm trying to see if there's any like mechanics that I should be learning. Is there like a fast fall? How do other people play this game? What? Mine was not landing like that. What? Okay, every time I touched the top, I died. So I need to know what the hell they're doing differently. Oh, you have to hold down while jumping to hurt enemies without taking damage. Rerun this back. Oh my gosh. This game sucks. Is there anything there? I beat the first level! This game has the most basic mechanics out of all of them. So that's a plus. Trying to think of other things to say that are positive. I'm just gonna jump to the reviews. Being the oldest out of the bunch, there weren't many reviews that rated this on a numerical scale, but that didn't stop people from leaving absolute carnage on this game. Starting with Kieran2002, who has a 23 item list that I don't have time to read on why the game sucks, with the only redeeming quality being the cover art. Next we have Darth Julian, who wrote their scathing review in J.R. Tolkien fashion, starting with this amazing line: "A horrible disgrace to the good name of Disney, Mickey Mouse, and Fantasia." Now I'm just gonna cut to the end here where they say, "It's a complete mess and an insult to the animated masterpiece of 1940. The slow and inexact controls sometimes make the game nearly unplayable, and even if you consider yourself to be a huge Disney fan, you should still stay away from this game." This is probably the most accurate review, I'm not even gonna lie. Fantasia also appears often when searching up the worst Disney games. It's on CBR's list, which says, "Players can travel through the stages and find all the notes to make music play, but it feels like no one cared about the music, as it all sounds legitimately bad." Okay, once I got past that song in the beginning level, things got a lot better. Like, just the thumping shook me to my core. Fun fact, all the unsold copies of Fantasia were recalled and destroyed. And no, not because the game sucked, but it wasn't supposed to be licensed to begin with. Now that I know I could get past the first level, I'm gonna explore Fantasia with a more open mind. Figuring out how to jump then squash enemies really flipped my view of this game. See, like, this soundtrack for this level is totally fine. And the visuals are nice. Oh my god. Yeah, it was extremely difficult to make it past each obstacle, but once you did, oh man, it was so satisfying. Yes! Oh, great heavens! You may be wondering what happens when you run out of lives. I'm assuming it starts from the beginning, doesn't it? I'm waiting. So again, popping off in this game makes you feel like a god-tier gamer. Oh my god! What is this? I'm not even gonna lie, when I was cooking back there, the game was fun, high intensity. I'm still feeling the adrenaline on how far I got. The anger rose within me, and I almost let it take me to the dark side with Fantasia. But I resisted in Luke Skywalker fashion. I completed my episode 6 viewing, so it was time to hit the theaters. Grogu and I had a blast watching Phantom Menace on the big screen. Only several hundreds of hours of Star Wars content to go before I'm caught up. Now that we've experienced all these terrible video games together, check out this YouTube recommended video to balance your media diet. It may or may not include yours truly.